Hi, I'm Andrew Collier from ColyerMusic.com, and today's vlog episode number 6, and we're going to cover how to count and play in odd time signatures, specifically 5/4. Theme from Mission Impossible. One of the most easily recognizable pieces of music. Almost everyone in the world has heard that, and it is in 5/4. So today, talking about odd time signatures. Let's try that again. Odd time signatures. Anytime you're trying to break down a rhythm that you're having a hard time, you want to break it down to the smallest possible unit to try to figure it out. Now, most rhythms in the world can always be broken down into groups of 3 or groups of 2. You can break down almost any rhythm into those two components. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and you can they're almost always combinations of those two types of things. So in the case of 5/4, it's a group of 3 and a group of 2. And they're group of 3 quarter notes and 2 quarter notes. Now, what's interesting about the Mission Impossible theme is that it actually breaks down into either even smaller groups of 3 and 2. So you could say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. However, if you want to break it down to the smallest possible unit, you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what happens is you break it down to the smallest possible unit to figure it out and learn it, whether you're playing an instrument or singing. That was a wind instrument because I played trumpet for 10 years, so that was my trumpet position. Or with your fingers on the keyboard, or if you're trying to sing something, break it down to the smallest possible unit of groups of 3 and groups of 2 to figure it out. And then once you get it figured out with those smaller units, it's kind of exhausting to keep counting so many numbers. Then you can kind of get the feel for it, and then you can start counting with the larger numbers. So you might start with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the reason that I wanted to do this particular subject on today's show is that I'm preparing for the upcoming 3.2 featuring Robert Berry tour, and one of the songs we're covering is from an album called 3. The album is actually entitled To the Power of 3, and it was from the band 3. And it was written, recorded, and performed live by Keith Emerson, Carl Palmer, and Robert Berry. The album was written in the 1987, end of 1987. It came out in 1988 on the Geffen label. They had a top 10 Billboard hit with a song called Talkin' 'Bout. We'll be covering that on the upcoming tour. The album placed on the Billboard Top 200. They did a successful North American tour, and one of the songs we're covering is called Desde La Vida, From the Life, Desde La Vida, and it has a whole bunch of different time signature changes, of course, because it's progressive rock, and this one section is in 5. So let me play a section of it, and then we'll talk about that. Wait till you hear it with the rest of the band. It'll sound better. So what's cool about that is that it's in 5. And the first several times I was listening to the song to figure it out, I was having a hard time figuring it out. And that's because 80% of the time, anytime that you hear 5/4, it's usually a group of 3 first and then a group of 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But in this particular song, the big 2 comes first. So it's 2 and then 3. And so I kept getting the measures mixed around. So when you hear the, the big 2 is first. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now on the record, the next little bit has a whole bunch of cool things happening in the synthesizer world, thanks to Keith Emerson, and I only have 2 hands. So what I did is I programmed a filter sweep, and the synthesizer I use for this part is courtesy of IK Multimedia Syntronic. Thank you so much to Matt Dorsey and all my friends, Eric Norlander, all my friends over at IK Multimedia. So what I did is I figured out the tempo of the song, and I figured out how long this sweep needed to happen. In this case, it's 2 bars, which is 10 beats, and then I have to program the filter sweep to take place slowly enough so it slowly opens up over the whole 2 measures. So you've got 1, 2, 3. So it's kind of cool there. So there's still some movement that's taking place within the music, even though I can't do any more with my hands or my feet, and the guitar and the bass and drums are certainly busy doing their job. So with the right hand keeping the melody. So anytime you're having a hard time trying to figure out an odd time signature, first break it down to the smallest possible unit, figure it out, then you have the bigger unit. In this case, it would be 5/4. And today's Gear Geek moment of the day is brought to you by TC Helicon. This is the Voice Live 3. This thing is awesome. I use it live and in the studio. I've used it with Circuline. I've used it with Cell 15. I've used it with the progressive metal band Awaken, and I'll be using it on the upcoming Robert Berry tour. If you need some extra background vocals that don't sound like chipmunks, they actually sound real. They actually sound like real people singing. This thing, you cannot beat it. I would highly recommend it. And if you don't know where to get it, I'm telling you right now, call Sweetwater. If you don't have a sales engineer, ask for Richard Whittington. Richard's been my sales engineer for 21 years now. Richard's awesome. He will get you taken care of. So that's enough for today. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm Andrew Collier from ColyerMusic.com. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.